You would think that one of the easiest things to get ready to do is to do an inspection on your hive. You know, you just got to put a hat and a veil on, light a smoker, grab your hive tool, whoop, you go, and then you realize you forgot everything. Look at this. This is all the things that I think is essential for doing a hive inspection, and I'm going to point out why each of these is so valuable and why you need to have these on hand when you do your inspection. Hello everybody, David Burns, good to be with you. I'm here in the bee yard again, making a great video for you guys with my friend Patrick. Hello Patrick.
Hi David.
Good to have Patrick with us as always. Patrick, everybody loves when you ask questions because you are kind of like asking, when you ask a question, it seems like you're asking on their behalf. So they like that. So feel free to ask any questions. So so what we're going to talk about today are all the things that you need to do a bee inspection. Obviously, I start with a hat and a veil. Now, this is my go-to way of inspecting my hives. A lot of you ask me, where did you buy it? I want one just like it. I like the way it looks on camera. It's not some boring white jacket, top and all. It's kind of stylish. I've got my Bee Squad sticker, my Master Beekeeper pin on here from the EAS Master Beekeeper Certification Program. And this is why I use the most. And the reason I love this the most, I like working bees in a t-shirt with this hat because it's really cool. It's been really super hot. And when you get under a bee jacket that's made of canvas, even if it's ventilated, it's still hot. And so I like to have this. So you always need a hat and veil. Please never work a hive without protecting your face, okay, your eyes and face. Now, what I do as a backup, we call this PPE, personal protection. What's the E for?
Equipment.
Personal
protective equipment.
There you go. Did you have to wear that as an electrician?
Oh, yeah, everywhere.
Okay, so our PPE, I like to take this with me. I encourage you to do that. Take at least a jacket, because sometimes we've discovered even with this on and a t-shirt, it's like, the hive no longer likes me for some reason. You pick up a few stings, and it doesn't take many. I would say probably 2 stings, I'm going for this, okay? And you can kind of tell, if you're an experienced beekeeper, that these bees are a little bit more aggravated today. On hot days especially, everybody is not happy. I'm not happy, the bees aren't happy. So I think it's important to take extra PPE. Now, the same goes with gloves, okay? I like to work barehanded. That's going to work best for me. But I don't mind wearing this because the propolis on your hands is just hard to get off. And sometimes I think it's really good to just wear these nitrile gloves. These are 8 millimeters nitrile gloves. No reason I've got orange. It was just a color when I bought the box. And this keeps all the propolis off. I don't think they're sting proof, but it does, in my opinion, for me personally, seem to reduce the chances of being stung, because the bees just don't have a great way to grab a hold and put a stinger in, but they could. Don't think they can't. If you want to go sting proof, one I have found that really works well are these rubber coated gloves. Now, a lot of bee companies make the rubber coated gloves. I buy the cheap ones like this on Amazon, and I've got links for all this stuff in the description or somewhere on my channel here on the video. These are called Chemrest. I've had these a while. The reason I like these is because, and I think these qualify too, the 8 mil, but if you're using treatments for mites that require gloves, you don't want to wear leather gloves. You have to wear nitrile gloves on chemicals. And so usually these are sufficient. If not, you can go with these. These are basically chemical gloves. So a lot of you use a lot of chemicals, and I've seen people actually handle strips and different kind of treatments without any gloves at all. I would never pick up some treatment strips with my bare hands, like apple var, for example. I just wouldn't do that. So, Veroxan and all that, I would not pick those up with my bare fingers. Wow. So anyway, so we got bare hands. You got some nitrile gloves. These are 8 mil. or you can go with some rubber coated gloves. That's great protection for you while you're out there. Here's why. I know some of you are like, I work my bees barefooted and I wear shorts on a tank top. I would never wear all that stuff. You know, you have great bees and that's wonderful, but all of us know that bees are not always that enjoyable to work sometimes. And so when you have what you need, you're going to be able to enjoy your bees more when you're not being stung. I saw someone leave a comment and they said they work bees barefooted and they get stung in the foot a lot. I thought that was hilarious. Are you trying to be funny? I wanted to respond to you, and I wanted to just put one word, shoes. But I get it, you know, it's fun to be barefooted. It's fun not to have to wear a lot of hot clothes. All right, let's go through our list of other things that we need. Now, we're going to need a smoker. Now, my smoker is a modified smoker, for those of you that don't know this. This is a Dadant canister, because I like the Dadant canister. It's a large one. Look at that. I don't know how big this is. It looks at least near 10 inches, maybe taller up here. But I like it. It has a heat shield on it. You can see that close there, Patrick. Got the heat shield there, so you don't burn your fingers so much. A little bit of something underneath there, like some kind of asbestos or something, to reduce the heat from transferring to the metal. But then this can, I preferred this billow. This billow has a real big throw spacing on it, and it goes a long way, and it pushes a lot of air, and it's extremely easy to push it. It doesn't have a big, heavy-duty, hard to push spring in there. Okay, this is a real easy. You can push it with your pinkies, and I'm just thinking about when I get older. I won't have arthritis in my hands from spending my whole life going like this, and so I just want a little bit like a lighter spring. And so this I bought from, oh, help me out, Patrick.
Foxhound.
Oh, there you go. Wow, Foxhound. And so I talked to Adam when I bought his smoker, and I told him there was a couple of things I didn't like about the bellow. They had this little catch thing in it that was right in the way where I put my hands right here. And that's why I didn't go fully with that smoker. But maybe they've changed that. Check it out. But anyway, I kind of modified it. I like modifying stuff. The smoker, a lot of you are like me. You have problems with getting them open. Watch this. You just want to pull up on that, and it's hard because what happens is it gets all this little creosote, or whatever you call this, tar from the burlap around the edge. And the best way, I've shown so many videos on how to get rid of that, you know, take all your extra fuel, smoker fuel out of there, like your burlap or whatever, and then just get a torch, like a plumber's torch, and just burn it off. And it won't hurt the metal. Just burn all that off. It'll catch on fire, but you can do that, you know, once or twice, let's see, once a week or once every 2 weeks, and your lid just opens like crazy. And I've showed so many videos. Just get a torch. You can go to Lowe's, Menards, anywhere. Real easy to buy. The yellow ones I think are hotter. They're made for sweating pipes, like copper pipes. The blue ones, I usually get the blue ones, but you know, but that's one way you can do it. So let's talk about the smoker really quick. I've made a lot of videos about the smoker, but I know some of you probably haven't seen any of my past videos. You're brand new to my channel. Thanks for watching. Let's get all this little dusty stuff out. And let's put Patrick to work. I'll get in the sun, but down in there, Patrick, I need to hold it a special way. You can see there's a grate on the bottom. Now you want to hold your smoker fuel off the bottom, and some smokers come with that grate flat. You have to fluff up the little legs on the bottom to make it elevated up. And I have someone that was kind enough to send me some very heavy duty stainless steel screen. I mean, it was heavy duty. And if that was you, please send me more. I love those. I've got some laying around in other smokers, but they fit, they're folded, and they're about an inch off the bottom, and you can slide those big heavy duty screens in there, and those work really well. But what comes with your smoker will work fine. And so make sure that's fluffed up and holding your fuel off the bottom. The canister needs to have something like this on it. That is just a reminder that it's hot, not to pick it up with your bare hands. Beekeepers have done that. I had a friend tell me that he did it the other day. And sometimes these little things on the bottom will save the plastic bed liner on your truck too. Not always, but I did set one down on my bed liner once, and it made a nice ring. It did not look good. So that's the anatomy of the smoker. We need to have that. Now let's talk about hive tools. All of you know about my position with hive tools. Let's see, Patrick, did I bring my good hive tool out? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so this is the funnest hive tool that I enjoyed so far. It's the dirtiest one. That's how you can tell what I like the most. It's the most dirtiest. So this hive tool, it's kind of known as the Kent Williams style, which is basically, it has a traditional look of a hive tool. This is called the American hive tool, but it has a J hook right here. And so that's a combination hive tool, and I really like that. What I don't like about it is that I want to use it in this position, but this beveled edge right here is on the wrong side. It needs to be over here, which Junior sent me this. Thank you, Junior. He sent me one of these and said, look, the bevel is the right way. So here's the hand, the little bend is down, and the bevel is on the right side. You see, let me show you again how these are the opposite. See, no bevel on this side where it needs to be. My bevel is on this side. You might be saying, why does it matter? Well, because when I want to grab it and work it underneath between boxes, look where my hand is getting killed right here. So whoever makes these, would you please, Patrick, can I take a hammer and a vise, put this in a vise and bend this the other way?
Nope.
Really? What would happen?
Probably break.
Oh,
Too
yeah.
hard. It's hardened.
Oh, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to attempt that, but you think it would break.
Put a face shield on.
Could I heat it up first?
Yeah,
And then bend it, maybe?
I think so.
Oh, anyway, so those are the hive tools. So these are great, Junior. I like these. The only disadvantage right off the bat is the size of it. I have big hands, and look at that. This is about at least a couple inches shorter. And the reason why shorter hurts me is because you use it to pry. So if you get this between two boxes, the longer it is, the more leverage you have. You're going to have reduced leverage on these smaller ones. So this is perfect. What I like about this one too is look at this. This is a pet peeve of mine. Some J hooks, the traditional J hooks, especially the red ones, have this way too big to go between frames, and always grind it with a grinder. But that one is notched really well and ratcheted little notches, and it's really thin to go between frames. So this is a winner. Just needs to be bigger. But again, if you're used to running one of these, this is the American traditional hive tool. Great beetle smasher on the end, and it just works. Okay, so these you can't go wrong with these. All right, so other things that you need in the bee yard, of course, is the bee brush. Always take this with you. And the reason you need it, because sometimes when you put your boxes back together, you're putting your deep box on top of the other deep box, and all the bees are just standing right there on the edge of the upper box, of the lower box on that upper edge, and they're going to get smashed. And so if you can brush them off with a bee brush when you put your next box on, it helps you control the bees, okay? So always take a bee brush out in the bee yard with you. It's so vital. Oh, one thing about hive tool, if the boxes are really hard to get apart, look at this one. I'm kidding. Don't use this. I mean, this would just ruin your boxes. It's not beveled. It's too thick. That's construction work. Okay, but you might have a use for that. I don't know. Maybe so. You want to have plenty of smoker fuel. So even though you load your smoker up, you want to take more out in the field. So when you start to run low, you got it. That's important. This is starter material. It's just shipping paper that I start my smoker with, and it helps start the smoker as well. Hydration drinks. I think these are vital to have. I've shown you how to take these and drink through your veil. You don't have to take your hat and veil off. Just hold it close to your mouth. Now, seeing is everything. If you can't see out there, you're not going to do any good, okay? Now, most beekeepers, a lot of beekeepers, not most, but a lot of beekeepers are up there in age. And I don't know if it's because when you finally get older, you have enough money where you can afford beekeeping. It's not cheap. And so anyway, your eyes kind of get weaker. So if you are farsighted, you're not good at seeing up close. And so you're going to need something like I wear readers. I think these are 2.50, and that's going to help me see eggs when I'm closer up, looking at the frame. Now, if you don't want to go that route, I do like these a lot. And you can buy these. I'll leave links to all this in the description, but you can buy this. Very adjustable. And Mark Spangler got me started on these, as he wore a pair over once working my bees with me. And you can change out these things right here. You can pull that out and put a stronger, weaker one in there, whatever you want to do. And it fits actually in your hat and veil. It works. So I usually try to keep it kind of high, like where I can see, either with my regular glasses or my without glasses, I can see fine. And then if I want to see eggs, I can just tilt my head down a little bit, and now I can really see up close. So don't be suffering from not being able to see what you're looking at. Like, I can never see the eggs. Well, it's because you don't have the proper eye assistance to see those eggs. So there's a lot of options out there for you on that. So these are some other things I want to share. Oh, probably the most important thing that you can take to the bee yard is this right here. It's your cell phone. This is your link to the outside world. Just because you've been stung a few times, it doesn't mean that you won't suffer an anaphylactic shock. In fact, the more we're stung, I understand, I'm not a doctor, but the more we're stung, it kind of increases our chance to reacting and having an anaphylactic shock. If you have one of these on you, you can call 911 and get help immediately. If you start getting hot and dizzy, you could think you're having a heat stroke, call 911. If you just need some help, like the hive fell over and it trapped your foot underneath it, you can call your wife or your significant other and say, help, the hive fell on my foot, I can't get up. I mean, just think how important it is to be in communication with the world. And so the other thing related to the phone is the iPhone. Now, I like the iPhone. I can look real quick, see who's sending me a text or a message or who's calling. I can see all that. But I notice, and you have too, if you've watched me very long, the bees don't like the iPhone. It gives off something that attracts bees. And I've got stung so many times around my iPhone. So I know now to always take this off. And I hate to because I rely on it. But I take it off and put it in my pocket while I'm working bees, okay? Another thing that is really important to take is an old can. And anytime you're in there scraping off the burr comb, you might find some scrap wax with whatever in it, and it's messy. Don't throw it in your yard. You're going to attract small hive beetle and other things. Have an old can, scrape, put it in the can, have that with you. It's so important. The other thing that I almost always have on me in my pocket is a queen cage. Somebody asked me, why would you always have a queen cage on you? What's the purpose when you're doing a bee inspection, have a queen cage? Well, a lot of times it's good because you can pick up your queen and put her in here early on, and now you can manipulate frames without killing your queen accidentally. So you can put the queen in here, put her in your pocket, nobody cares, the bees don't care, lay her in the shade somewhere, it's fine. And that way you can have her safe. The other reason is you might be working a hive and you might say you open a hive up and all at once they're getting ready to swarm. And you see your queen that has a white mark on her from this year, and you see virgin queens starting to emerge. I like to grab that mama queen and put her in here because now they can't swarm because I took their main queen. Now they can still swarm with the virgin queen, but it gives you a minute to try to do some work. There's other reasons you might just see a reason that you might want to grab one of those virgin queens and put her in here, move her to another hive. Any other reasons, Patrick, why you might want to cage a queen?
Maybe when you're doing a mite wash.
Especially. Bingo. Wow. You really earn your keep around here, Patrick.
That's funny.
Yeah, when you're doing a mite wash, I've learned that queens don't hold their liquor good. They're not good at closing bars at the end of the evening. So you want to put your queen in here so she doesn't get alcohol on her at all while you do your alcohol wash. You don't have to cage her. If you see her on a frame, just set her aside and sample your bees from another frame, but that's a good idea too. Two more things. I always like to carry with me marking pens, and I usually carry 2 colors. This year, 2026 is white. You mark your queens with the color white. I use a Sharpie white marker, and I like those. I put notes on dark things with these Sharpie markers. I'm crazy about marking things, like things that I buy. I mark down on them what year they are. Sometimes I buy things that have an adapter to power them, and I always write down what that adapter goes to, because sometimes I get 7 adapters. I don't know which one goes to what anymore. So I'll write down on the adapter. So these white little pens, I can write on so many things. But that's the color this year. Why I take a blue one is because I have a lot of these left over from last year, and they stay good forever. And I take notes on top of my hives with these. I can't, my tops are white, so I can't write with white. So I had this one just to take notes and do other things as well. And the final thing that I want to show you is really going to save you time at the chiropractor, time not getting sleep at night because your back hurts. It's right here. Look at this. Something like this. You've seen me use these a lot. I'll push this over to the hive that I'm working on. I've got spare frames at the bottom. That's always like, oh, I need to replace a frame, or I forgot to put a frame in there. And then when you take a big heavy super off that weighs 30, 40, 50 pounds, a medium super, you don't have to take it all the way to the ground, because you're going to bend your back wrong. I mean, I don't care how they say you're supposed to lift in the bee yard, it's hard to follow those rules. And so by setting it on top of here, it's already at a distance where you don't have to lower it really far down, nor do you have to pick it up really far up from the bottom. So now, I know that seems like a lot. Just look at that. You see all of these things right here. I've also got a refractometer. That's not essential, but Patrick and I made a video last week, and we were wanting to see, is that honey ready, even though it's not capped over yet. And so we used the refractometer. It's $30. I'll leave a link in the description. You just put a drop of honey in there, close it, look through here, and it shows you the moisture level. And we were like at about 21% last week on the lower part of that honey frame, so it wasn't ready to be harvested yet. Something like that is good to have. It's handy and easy. So an inspection could really involve having all of these things on there to really do a thorough inspection and not have to run back into the shop or the house or the car and get those things that you find that would really be helpful. Having a couple of hive tools can help. Even sometimes they get stuck, and 2 hive tools will help you pry the box up. But I thought it would be just a good reminder, because I have been out in the field so many times when I needed more smoker fuel or a drink really bad, and I can't really leave to go get it because I'm something crazy going on with the bees and all. So just taking all these things out there, it's really going to help you to enjoy your bees. Now let's talk about that. Enjoying your bees. This is probably going to be a reality check for a lot of you. I was amazed this year during the Olympics. The United States won gold on figure skating. And the person, I can't remember her name, but she was just magnificent. She was somebody that could figure skate without even kind of thinking about it, not even worried about it, enjoying it. And when you enjoy something, with especially athletically and competition, and you enjoy it, you love doing it, then it's really fun. And I hope that's the way beekeeping is. We all started beekeeping because we thought it would be fun, and it still needs to be fun. It still can be fun. All of these things here they're gonna help you enjoy beekeeping, and have fun beekeeping. The reality check is, if you hate it, if you've done it for a year or two and you're just not having fun anymore, you hate it, it's a burden, it's a job, you're miserable with it, why are you doing it? I don't want to see you quit because I think it's fun, but if you don't think it's fun, it's not your thing, and you're not having fun anymore, it might be time to find, maybe you want to take up figure skating instead. I can see Patrick figure skating. But you really need to have fun. Do you have fun keeping bees, Patrick?
I do. Yeah. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Some days aren't as fun as others.
Yeah.
But it's still rewarding.
Okay, that's a good point. There are days where none of us want to be out there. It's not going to be fun being in the heat. But the whole concept of just helping bees and watching them and learning, overall, I guess is what I should say. Overall, it needs to be something that you really find fun. I talked a little bit about wearing a bee suit, how hot it gets under there. And a week ago, we had a heat dome. It was really bad outside, high humidity, high heat. And guess what? More heat's coming. Oh no, yeah, that's right. So it's going to be a hot summer for us as beekeepers. I just made a video right here to how to help your bees stay cooler during these hot days. I'll see you guys over there.